Welcome, everyone. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School again, and I am bringing to you today a special St. Valentine's Day angel reading. And Archangel Raphael is stepping in already. And so, what I've been guided to do is to do two readings, one for those of us who are single and for those of us who are maybe in a relationship, okay? I know there's other variations, you may be dating, but we'll just sort of give the advice. If you're dating, then we'll just put you in that single category. If you're unsure, we'll just all go there. And if you're in a committed relationship, whether that means you're married or you're living together, or you've just been together for a very long time, okay, that'll go into those who are in committed relationships. Even, I know there's open relationships and all kinds of things, so, all that I'm going to include in my intention, and all the different types of love and relationships that are going on. Whatever is a relationship and however you define relationships, that will be honored in that intention, okay? All right. So I usually have drawn cards and all that stuff, but I didn't. So I'm going to be using the Romance Angels Oracle, and I'm going to also be using the this new deck by Ethony. It's called the Modern Love Tarot. I may choose to read a message that she's put, because she's divided this book up in guidebook, which is really thick. And it gives a reading for a general reading. It gives a reading for single and loving it, ready for love and dating, committed relationships, struggling relationships, and the end. I'm not going to cover all of that in this video because it would be way too long. But the angels guided me to choose single and committed. And so that's what I'm going to do. This is the very first time I'm working with the deck. I've gotten it over the holidays, so new to it, haven't touched it, haven't shuffled it yet at all. This deck I've worked with in the past. All right, so let me just tune in now. Let's take a deep breath together. And let's really just allow ourselves to really connect in with our heart space. And Archangel Raphael is calling the angels of healing, his angels, to surround you and to surround your heart. And as you take a deep breath, you might even feel that your heart chakra is sort of feeling a little tense. But this is because the angels are now asking for permission to clear away any barriers, any guards, any engraved, it's almost like I feel like you may have engraved in your heart something that you didn't mean. It could be from a past life, it could be in this life, that you have lost some kind of hope, or you've become inflexible because of the things that you've seen, and you've just sort of shut yourself down a little bit, and you've said, okay, this is just the way I'm gonna deal with this, and or I'm done with this, or nobody's gonna do this to me. But it's just something, and it's engraved in your heart, and they want you to give them permission, first of all, to trust them, and to trust that within your heart, they're writing the word joy, that there is enormous amounts of joy. So that means it's so much joy that you can still receive in terms of love, relationships, and support, and feeling supported. And they want to activate and help you recover. They wrote recovery for hope, to help you to hope, feel hope again in your heart. And just breathe and relax and give them permission to really assist you. And Archangel Michael is coming through, and he's asking you for permission to cut cords to relationships that were painful and that caused you to close your heart and not to be able to trust. Or if you're in a relationship and there's been some words that were passed between you and things that you didn't mean to say. And I'm seeing Lord Ganesha come in now to also help to bless your relationships that you're in, and to clear any barriers that you have as well in your relationship, especially if on any level you've made a commitment or some kind of vow to one another. He wants to help you to come in and honor that vow and recommit yourself to that vow. And this doesn't have to be that you are married, although it definitely references those who are. But it could be for those of you who've declared your love to one another. Because that's where the marriage bond, what we consider a marriage bond, that's where it starts. And they want to help you to honor that bond, recommit yourself to that bond. And just to strip down to the bare essentials. And in a relationship, the bare essential is love. The love that provides, that is unconditional. It's that peace that surpasses all understanding. And so I'm going to just allow them to continue to, Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael are working together, and they even showed up before I began shooting. So they're going to be working on you and things on the surface, some of the surface stuff, trying to clear that energy, pouring in healing frequencies, and helping you to be open to the readings. Now, what they've instructed me to do is do like a situation, the challenge, and advice. So I'm going to do this for single relationships, and then I'm going to do it for committed relationships. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to pull probably one card from the Romance Angels. So I haven't I have to be guided about how that's going to work. But okay. So let's begin. And I'm just going to move these aside, and I'm going to decide here let's see which one they want me to begin with. So I'm going to begin by pulling a card from the Romance Angel Oracle, just to get a sort of a theme. And this is for anyone who's single. And that may mean too that you're dating, and it may mean also that you have been dating this person for a while, or you may be dating a few people, but maybe that could be the case, or there's one particular person that you're dating, and it seems like that one might be the one that has the stronger bond. So all of that is what I am focusing on, and Archangel Raphael is focusing with you on this, because he's the Archangel of love, also travel and healing, but also love, okay? So the card is children. Now, what the card says, your love life is being affected by children. There are two things I'm getting about this. You may be in this stage right now where you're feeling sort of like a child, right? That where I'm getting a sense more like this giddiness, that there may be something, you might have this infatuation that makes you just feel like this kid, or like you're like this candy store kind of feeling, and this is a good thing, but it does speak to the sense of, this infancy stage. So if you're like dating, right? So, or you might just be, some of you might just be sort of playing around and just sort of seeing what's out there, just, trying things out, trying to get your feet wet, maybe feeling a little insecure, feeling a little like a kid, it's this a sense of not knowing how exactly what to do, and maybe you feel a little awkward, in that way. So in that way, maybe there's this awkwardness, and you're just getting to know. And this also may be that for some of you that are single, you're being motivated by wanting to have children. So one of the things that can do is put a little bit of tension and a little extra responsibility on the shoulder of the person that you're meeting for the first time or dating. And so you may really want to put that in check, because that vibe will kind of get out there, and it'll also make you react in ways that is not allowing you to be playful. So what I get about this card is that you need to have fun right now. You're single, and being single can be fun. I'm not saying to be a player or irresponsible, but in regards to feeling, worrying about the having children and your time to be able to do that, you're not relaxing enough and not being playful enough, so that you are, people like it when you are, when you're free and innocent, and when you're, fun to be around. And when you're worried about something like that, you're a little too serious, right? So that's the idea here. Okay, so now let's take a look, and I don't know how I'm gonna, place these cards, because I really want to keep that card in the picture, so I'm gonna have to move our little hearts here, or something like that. We'll see what happens with our little hearts. So I kind of want to keep this in somewhere in the picture if it's possible. These cards are big. Both these decks are big. So let's take a look at the first card, which will be the situation. And I haven't even had a chance to shuffle these cards. So I won't say anything. I just don't want the video to be too long. So, but if you bear with me. So the first card I'm going to pull is the situation, and give us more insight on this, and then the challenges and advice. All right. Since these cards are, uniquely attuned to a love reading, it will be interesting to get this additional information. Okay, so I'm picking the cards, and the way I choose cards is I just cut the deck, and then my head, the angels move my head, like they shake it in a yes, up and down, and I know that's the card I should choose. So once I cut it and I tap on it, if I get a no shake, then I don't choose the card, and I go to cut the deck again. So, all right, let's look at the situation, and let's look at the card first. We gotta. Okay, so it's the Three of Swords. Okay, and we were feeling all that energy with them working on your heart, and so it feels like that in the situations that you're coming from, and I'm also feeling all of a sudden led to read this as a past card, but it feels like that you're coming from some heartbreak. Maybe you just got out of a relationship, maybe it didn't end well, or there were words spoken recently that kind of hurt you, or because in this whole dating game, sometimes you meet people and they're just cruel, right? So it could be someone you dated and something they said that kind of shattered your confidence, or it was a previous relationship that caused you to put up your guard, and it just kind of left you feeling sort of your heart sort of in pieces. So if you're coming from this situation, or something like it, then this is really, you want to be aware of that baggage you're bringing into this whole dating scene, being single, and we're talking about the vibration and the energy of being single. This is something that you really want to work with the angels and ask them to come in every day to clear the energy of your heart, meaning to clear it and then to call on those frequencies of higher love, working with the Archangel Samuel, as we've been talking about in the videos. You can also work with the silver, diamond, violet flame, okay? And this particular diamond, silver, diamond, violet flame will transmute. So it's a sort of an upgrade of the violet flame, and it will come in and transmute the energies and replace them with positive, loving, encouraging, supportive energies, not only for you, but for the other people. So you want to do this clearing with the other people in your past so that you can be free of this, all right? And Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael can really work in and get in that energy and help pull out more things and get really deep, okay? So I'm going to just ask that this energy, that this silver, diamond, violet flame be invoked on behalf of all of you who are listening, and to serve your needs in the way that will bring you to the most profound frequency of light and joy, so that you shine to those out there who are also looking for that level of unconditional love and purity and clarity that you will be radiating. So whenever something, you feel your energy shifting, work with this violet flame to help you clear. Now let's look at the challenges. So here we have, this is the Six of Wands. Okay, so now this is in the challenge position, and as you see that this deck has all kinds of diversity, so here's someone who is, disabled, but they have not let their situation sort of put them in, pigeonhole them and restrict their lives. First they found a way to live their lives more fully from within, and then they found a way to engage life more fully with the gifts of their soul. So it's about putting the gifts of your soul and your light out in the world, and not only relying on the physical, right? So one of the challenges is I get a sense that you don't rely so much on your physical capabilities or your attributes as a way to see your value and your worth. You have the ability to okay, so I'm sorry, but for some reason my phone cut out and I'm not looking at it because sometimes I'm closing my eyes and seeing things, and so that's why you're seeing this card all of a sudden turned and it looked like this cut. So I didn't want to scrap the whole thing. I don't edit because I want it to be, this is a channel from the angels and your higher self, our collective source. So I'm just going to try to tune back into where I left off. I went to listen and I was talking about this card, and so much more I said, but okay, I'm just going to trust that what happened was supposed to happen. So this is the challenge card, and basically, the idea here is to not just rely on your outer attributes, and to really tune in to your inner spiritual gifts, your passions for life, these your motivation, your drive. This is what makes you sexy, right? So you have to learn to celebrate yourself on that level. You have to start really giving yourself that recognition, by just acknowledging, that you are capable in these ways, and that these things are amazing. They make you extraordinary in your life from day to day, and that so that you don't focus on these perceived limitations, right? Like he could have, gotten stuck there, but the soul somehow moved beyond that. And it's interesting that there are things in life that challenge us, and the things that people might pick out and make you feel bad about those things, and you take them personally. But that was a projection of themselves, their own fear, their own insecurity. And we have to stop absorbing these things that other people say to us. And we also have to stop putting ourselves in a position to be mistreated by people. Really listen to your vibe when you meet somebody, just because they look wonderful on the outside, but you get this vibe that's telling you, you're not, even if it's just you're not comfortable around this person. It may mean that this person gives you a sense of automatically judging yourself in a way that doesn't make you feel good about yourself. So why be around someone who's not going to make you feel good about yourself? Now, it could be that you're projecting that about them and saying, oh, he's so beautiful or she's so beautiful and I'm not. And so then why put yourself in that situation? Because even if that person was open to you and you don't see yourself as beautiful enough, that will always be an issue between you. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone who is open to you in this way, but you definitely need to do your work. And so this card, it's a card of victory. It's a card of recognition, success. And you need to start tooting your own horn. You need to start really valuing your inner spiritual contributions, okay? So the card and the advice is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so basically this is Lucifer. So he's sort of polyamorous. He can be with anybody, and so what I'm getting for you, for in just general, is that you want to keep an open mind. So get rid of that list thing. You know what I mean? Like don't throw that list away, because all of that is based on your past, your pain, what you've been through, your situations. And when you do that, you don't come across as playful. You don't come across as innocent, free, like free, like the fool. You don't come across as free, liberated. You're not coming across as authentic because there's an agenda. And once people sense an agenda, then you make them uncomfortable. And they don't know why. Because they can feel that you're laying the responsibility of your issues on their shoulders. Okay? And I don't know why I just saw the goddess Yemaya come through. And she's an African Orisha. So let's see if I get more insight just in this little bit of things that I might know about her. But she's sort of like the goddess of the ocean, I think. And but we'll see what that comes. But this may be. I'm feeling something connected to your pain, and these issues that come up for you around the relationship, and somehow letting go of that. And it may be good for you to go to the ocean and make an offering of your heart to her and ask her to take away this pain. I kind of get this sense of her as like the high priestess, as compared to like Oshun being the would be in the tarot for me the empress. And it's like the high priestess is sort of a little remote, a little aloof, a little cold. Not that she's not loving, but it's that she protects her heart. Like one of the aspects of the high priestess is secrecy. She's very spiritual. You go in, but it's also kind of standoffish or secretive, right? And so there is something that you need to let go of. You really need to go purge, let go of the pain, because it's like you're trying to be stoic, and when you come across as stoic because you're not going to let anybody hurt you, you come across as unapproachable, and that's the energy that you're putting out there. And so see what this pain does. It creates the opposite intention of what you want. So get rid of that list, be open, okay? And be more playful, be adventurous. This is what the romance angels are really saying with this children card. Okay, so let's scrap this and move on to those of you who are in a committed relationship. All right. And it's interesting because, I hate when like that video thing does that. And, I feel like when I'm saying, because I'm feeling the love pouring through me, the channeling the words to come. And, I'm like, oh, but they should have heard that. And I feel like sometimes I feel like there's a meaning behind this for this reading. Like we have to let go. We have to learn to let go. Nothing happens by accident. I mean, we don't, we have to trust that what's meant to be is meant to be. What people are meant to hear, they're meant to hear. What you're meant to see or experience, you're meant to see and experience. We have to pray we have to pray, like that song that you've been hearing me talk about in the videos recently. Lord, don't move my mountain, but give me the strength to climb. Okay? So, all right, for people in relationships or committed relationships of any kind, however you define it. But we're focusing on the energy of a committed relationship. This applies to you, this reading. All right, and we're just tuning into the energy of this reading. A message from the romance angels, and I just got some angel numbers, but one of them I'm gonna forget. All right, so let's see. All right, so it said it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. You know, this is interesting because, you know, this is something you would say to someone who's single, but, you know, even in relationships too, even when we are invested in a relationship, okay, the committed relationship, you know, some people we're still walking on eggshells, or we're still guarding or protecting major pieces of ourselves. We're holding back that we haven't given to the relationship because we're afraid of losing ourselves, right? Or you know, you may be, and this can, you know, drive a wedge by design, right? And if you're feeling like your relationship is sort of meeting some hard, you know, going through some hardships, or I'm trying to resist the one. Okay, so I'm sorry, I had to ask because the angel number that I saw, I couldn't remember if it was 48 or 58, and so I had to ask them which one. So the thing is that the first angel number I saw was 9, and that is about, you know, getting to work on your life purpose, and basically stop procrastinating, take baby steps. And I'm not quite sure what this means in the terms of this relationship, but it may mean that you might not be sharing, or you might be holding back even, or making an excuse for something that you want to do because of the relationship. And so you're putting that blame and that pressure on the relationship, or the other person, and that's creating that little slight rift, right? And the other angel number was 58, and it's about, it says your finances are improving. I know I usually show you these things. And there will be a positive change in your financial flow. This could also signal a job promotion or a career change with an increased salary. So there may be that you're feeling this move, and maybe this financial this decision may not be agreeable to, or you may be worried that, you know, about the other person, if it requires a change of location or something like this. So, or if there have been some financial issues, this would mean that there are some improvements coming. So if this has been stressing the relationship, know that there's hope in that area. So don't let these financial things sort of get in your way. But the idea is open up your heart, trust your partner, trust that they are with you, okay? And also trust that you need to know, give them the opportunity to show you that they support you and that they're with you in this, okay? So don't hold back, whatever stage you're in, like, don't hold back at this time. Don't keep a part of yourself from your partner. Be open with them. Let this go even deeper. Let them show you how much deeper that your relationship can go, even if you've been together for a long time. All right, so let's look at the card and see what the challenges are and the situation, the challenges, and the advice. All right. Okay, I'm seeing the letter T, which is my symbol for trust. So whatever this card is. And they know I have a short memory, so I hope they're not going to do this for every card. Okay, I feel like I was seeing a window, but the curtains aren't open, like a double window. And this is the last card. And that vision wasn't very clear to me. I felt like I was seeing them, someone in a space, like it felt like like driving in a van or a bus or something. But anyway, we'll see how this plays out. Okay, so trust. So this is the 9 of Wands, and this is showing someone who's, it's like one more thing and you're just gonna lose it, right? And so the kids in the background are just really, they're what I'm getting about this card. Like this person, the kids in the background are they're getting out their feelings, right? They're not holding anything in. They're letting all their feelings out. And for the woman in this card, this is like unbearable. So I don't know if this, for me, I'm getting that it may be like one person in the relationship is just letting all their feelings out and the other person doesn't know how to deal with it for some reason. Okay? And so you're really feeling like you've got your back up against the wall, and you don't know how to resolve this energy. So the thing is that they're writing out the word energy in big words, and they wrote be aware of this energy. So be aware, like not beware, but be aware, okay, of the energy, because you might be focusing on what's physically happening, but not paying attention to the energy. And I get a sense that you need to, it may be the right time to deal with this energy. So again, going with this card, is safe for you to love. Trust that this is the right time to deal with this, to put this out here, okay? And it may not be that it's an argument, but it definitely means the two people are not on the same page energetically, and one is concerned about dealing with it, and it's the right time to be open and deal with that energy. Okay? It's safe, is what the angels are saying. All right. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So here's the challenge. And what it is about you speaking your truth, being direct, and, really going for what you believe, going after what you deserve without hesitation. And they're writing the word exceptional. I'm going to leave that word out for a minute. But then I can't get it out of my mouth. I feel like you have an exceptional way with words. You have an exceptional way of expressing yourself. But in a relationship, let's say outside of that, you're exceptional. You excel in this. You know how to be direct, be very clear. But in a relationship, you get all tied up, and it's like you're afraid. You're afraid to say the wrong thing that you might set off a bomb. And it may be that the person does react this way, but I get that you're just afraid of, emotions outside of your comfort zone in general. And you avoid them because you're very sensitive to how other people feel as a light worker. And so you need to, you got to push past that, okay? Because they write the word dignity. And you care very much about the dignity of your partner, your lover. And so you would never do anything to hurt them. You won't say it in a way that is hurtful, So it's something about you just really need to speak your truth here, and that is the challenge for you, and it gets you feeling all tied up, and you don't feel, it causes you to hold back instead of sharing. Okay, so this card, the advice is the Two of Pentacles, and you know, this is a card about balance, right? And this is weird, but I know it's kite, but it also looks like a band-aid, really. Um, and I'm just gonna go with it, but it feels like that you have an opportunity to sort of patch up things for yourself, meaning that you have a chance here to balance things by opening up and sharing. You can stop suffering almost in silence, basically, and worrying about what might go wrong. And this tells you that you're gonna, after you do that, you're gonna be able to have more fun. You're gonna be able to do what you need to do, as well as still keep the relationship. So I don't know if this situation you're worried about that it might change the dynamic of your relationship, this promotion you might get, whether if it takes more of your time and less time for the relationship. I think that's really it, more than maybe moving apart or something like that. But that you'll have the time, if you open up and really just focus on how to balance your time between this work, this purpose that you have, or this project, which I think was the angel number 9 it was talking about, and this 58 as well. There's, you'll learn how to balance your time between this project, and that'll be, your advice to just make sure you focus on balancing your time. Like, don't get overwhelmed, and don't let things get, where you feel like you got too much going on, and then you go with the demand of your time, and then end up causing the relationship to be on the back burner. So don't let that happen. All right. So keep all the fires going, but it requires you a bit of balance, and it's going to require you to be very aware. So be aware of how you are dispersing your energy and what you're allowing to occupy your time, when and how, and stuff like that. Make plans, make sure that there's time for the relationship. Okay, so I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but it's going to be much longer than usual. But I hope this is helpful to you, those of you who are single and those of you who are in a committed relationship. And I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and God bless you.